All right. What I'm going to do now is do a recap of what I've learned the past 7 weeks in EDCT 5100, really about the digital assistance aspect, especially when it comes to English language arts. So what I did was I took all of the positive aspects of the class and put it into one Google site where I can go back and revisit it. I can add things to it, and really it could be a running portfolio as I work my way through becoming a teacher and being a teacher as well. Now, as far as the introduction goes, I want to read a quick quote. One is that the world is changing, and we will need to adapt schooling to prepare students for the changing world that they are entering. The other is that technology gives us enhanced capabilities for educating learners, and schools should embrace these capabilities to reshape education. Now, I'm old school, so it's very difficult for me to really accept these new capabilities in the way that we teach, but I do realize that the kids these days, I mean, they grew up on technology, so really I have to use that as a medium to get through to them. Now, as I go through here, I'm going to really look at some essential questions. So, number one, why are instructional methods mimicking 19th century education? I mean, we're doing the same thing we've been doing for hundreds of years. I need you to read this book, I need you to write an essay about it, and define all of the vocabulary words. The second is, how will the implementation of digital game-based instructions meet the demands of society? Now, this is huge because we're continually teaching things that we did decades ago, centuries ago. However, with all these new advances in technology, we're actually able to prepare the students for when they graduate college. And that's the most important thing, right? Or, I'm sorry, high school. If they're not able to use the technology that's available, then they're not going to succeed. The third is, how can technology improve interdisciplinary education? Now, I'm going to go into greater detail about this, but what we're talking about is having more than one subject work together to come up with a game plan to increase the overall learning experience. Now, next, what are the student and teacher benefits of frequent diagnostic and formative assessments? Now, I'm sure you're aware that once you give instructions on various content areas, you can go ahead and hand out a piece of paper to each person, have them go through the steps of actually doing a multiple choice test or assessment or whatever it may be. Whereas we can use digital platforms to actually get immediate feedback and really find out what do the students already know and what are they learning as we go through the lessons. And if I'm missing something or they're missing something, it can be addressed. And then lastly, why does this matter? Why are we even talking about digital assistance, digital game-based learning? And I'm going to get into that as I go along. It shouldn't be too long. I have about 4 or 5 sections, so I'll try to make it quick. Thanks.